by the age of 65, 62% of the population will be flat broke. 28% of that population will be dead, 5% will be working, 4% will be financially fit, and only 1% will be wealthy. That's kind of weird. If you look at stats that track money, so in this country right now, something like 95% of the money in this country is owned by 5% of the population. So what that means is that first 62, 28 plus 5, those three categories of people are doing nothing more than working to create wealth for the financially fit and the wealthy. Of that 5%, of that 5% of people in the financially fit and in the wealthy category, there's something that pretty much runs across the board on all of them. And can anybody guess what it is?
Water.
Water? No. I'm sure I hope that's in all of them. Yes. What do you think that the 5% do that 95% don't? They own their own business. That's it. They own their own business. Jim Rohn says that profits are always better than wages. If you remember nothing else, profits are always better than wages. Because even though there's a cost initially into owning a business, but it's always makes sense. Think about it like this. The Bible even teaches us to multiply. It tells us to be fruitful and multiply in the book of Genesis, right? So that's really all we're doing when you own a business is you're taking your idea and you're multiplying it amongst people, and all of us together are now taking whatever we're doing and we're doing it together. I saw you had a box of candy. Is that your business?
Yes.
Okay. Why do you have a business?
Fundraising.
What are you fundraising for?
To go to Alabama to be a part of the Young Women of Excellence.
The Young Women of Excellence? How much money do you need for?
The entry fee was $500.
Okay.
We're just
Okay. And are you the only person selling candy?
yes,
And how much are you making on candy?
quite a bit.
Quite a bit. Let's see, a box of candy probably cost you $40.
It was like $25.
You start off with a box of candy and you're selling it for how much?
$1 a piece.
$1 a piece. So this is the great thing about owning a business. And we'll get to this later too, but when I saw it, I was like, oh, she got a business on. It's great, it is. Because actually, that is what an entrepreneur does. Doing that is an entrepreneur. And entrepreneurs becoming an entrepreneur, it kind of like, it spurs your creativity and your imagination. So when I saw it, I thought it was a great thing because now you're able to think a little bit differently. Now it causes you to focus a little bit differently because you know you have a purpose, you have a goal. And now imagine if she took that and had all of you all selling candy for her too. So she could take her candy and say, okay, you know what? I need to make $500, and by myself, I can make $500, but it might take me a year. What I'll do is I'll have the whole back row be my employees. I'll give them the candy, they'll sell it, and then in turn, I'll give them a percentage of the profits. So they win because they make money and they didn't have to buy candy, but she wins because ultimately she makes a profit. Right? That's an entrepreneur. At the basic level, that is what entrepreneur, that's what owning a business and that's what running a business does. And that's what everybody in this room should be doing. We all should have our own business. Deuteronomy 28 says, thank you, sir.